Wow, have you heard the news? Prince Harry has officially cut ties with Britain. How about we celebrate with a nice meal tonight? This is such uplifting news, and I'm sure many Brits are happy about it. But let's move on to our main topic. Welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Prince Harry has changed his official residence, now listing the US as his permanent home. It's a surprising move, yet not entirely unexpected. Records from Company House for Harry have been updated to reflect this change. His country state of ordinary residence is now listed as the US. He's being pretty straightforward about it, isn't he? Let's hope he continues to be a good American citizen from now. The timing of this change is quite intriguing, especially since there's growing pressure on the American government to release Harry's visa records. The conservative think tank Heritage Foundation, based in Washington, D.C., has filed a Freedom of Information Act request for this file. It's interesting because Harry is supposedly just an ordinary guy, not much different from anyone else. However, trouble seems to follow him wherever he goes, revealing his true nature to people. It appears that more and more people are starting to dislike him, and I wonder why. Now, it seems Americans are becoming fed up. Maybe Harry's family should consider finding another place to live, perhaps a deserted island where they can live freely. In my opinion, Harry is not only incredibly stubborn but also reckless. He left his homeland to start anew in America, which is quite different from the UK. He openly admitted to using drugs, and it seems he isn't fond of American laws either. I've mentioned this before, but I'll say it again, what's wrong with him? Or perhaps Harry has some mysterious supporter in the US who encouraged him to leave the UK and betray his home country. It's just a theory, but I can't think of any good reason to claim drug use and then backtrack, saying it was all to sell copies of a book. What's the truth? It's often observed that even the most violent criminals, those who commit murder or theft, still have a soft spot for their families. They care about their parents and children, showing a hint of humanity in those relationships. But then there's Harry. Born into an immensely prestigious family with the reputation of a prince, he repeatedly throws his family under the bus, betraying his homeland. Last year, he and Meghan were compelled to give up their UK home, Frogmore Cottage. Remember, that house was a wedding gift from the late Queen. How badly must they have behaved to have it taken away? Now they're trying to stir up drama again, claiming that security in Britain isn't adequate for them, so they're hesitant to return. Some people don't believe in karma and think they can commit crimes without fear of consequences. But how can everyone else safely navigate the streets of the UK while Harry is so afraid? What is he scared of? Unlike Harry, Prince William feels comfortable walking in the UK. So what's the real reason for Harry's fear? Maybe he should give the UK a try. Honestly, he might have a reason to worry, but not for his safety. He should be concerned about being booed. I believe most Brits are just fed up with Harry's complaints. He seems to expect free handouts without any valid reason. Now that he's severed ties with his homeland, perhaps King Charles will finally strip him of all titles, and Harry will just be Harry, which is what he claimed to want anyway. I understand it won't be easy for the king. He'll need to involve Parliament. But it's about time this nightmare comes to an end. I think the Brits will support the king wholeheartedly. He doesn't need to worry about upsetting his subjects. Anyway, Harry himself has confirmed that he's now an American. That's probably good news for the British public and the royal family. While they may feel upset on one hand, they're likely relieved on the other. In my opinion, Harry should stop referring to himself as Prince or Duke. He only does it for money anyway. As for Meghan, she should also stop using her unearned title. Harry could simply become an American, and they could both be private citizens. It's puzzling how an American citizen can expect to enjoy the same rights in the UK as a British prince. What is he thinking? Anyway, it seems like everything's settled now. Harry and Meghan are officially America's concern, and even though I'm American, I think we can ignore them for now too. In the past, Harry could have easily capitalized on his royal status. He was valuable to someone. But now that he's cut ties with the UK, his value has decreased. But let's not get too excited. I think Harry is just wishfully thinking. He's preparing for when Trump becomes president again, claiming he's fully committed to being American to avoid deportation. But I doubt it will work, and he should be worried. So it seems this sorry excuse for a prince has officially changed his residence to the US, effectively severing ties with the UK. In the past few months, Harry has been talking about wanting to visit his family more often and being available for royal duties, especially considering his father and Princess Catherine's recent cancer diagnoses. Yet now he claims he doesn't reside in the UK at all. I have a pretty good idea of who's behind all this. Well, I guess this means any charities Harry was involved with in the UK will need to find a replacement. He's no longer a working royal, has no real family connections with the royals, and has listed the US as his official home. While the royal family has plenty of charities to support, it's time to remove Harry as a patron for UK charities. He shouldn't be able to use the excuse of unfinished work in the UK to justify his return. He's likely just after more money. It's crucial to remove any reasons Harry might have for coming back at this point. There's no way Harry could serve as a counselor of state. One of the requirements is having a residence in the UK, which he doesn't have. It seems the only logical step for him now is to take the citizenship exam and become a US citizen. If he does that, he should definitely be removed from any titles associated with the royal family. I understand it must be difficult for the king to see his son turning his back on the family and his country, but Charles needs to take the necessary steps and strip Harry of all titles, privileges, and patronages. There are more than enough reasons to do so. This is also a strong indication that Harry won't be returning for the anniversary of Invictus in May. He'll probably just do a Zoom call. Meghan's PR team seems to be running out of dramatic tactics because nothing seems to be working anymore. People are becoming increasingly irritated with their antics. Remember, Meghan gets what she wants. And now it seems she has successfully isolated Harry from the UK, his family, and his friends. I can't help but wonder when Harry will realize that he's lost everything that truly mattered to him. He'll have nothing and no one left, and it's all because of Meghan. So when Harry eventually reaches his breaking point, he'll likely question why Meghan treated him this way. It's a common thought that in relationships where one partner heavily influences decisions to the apparent detriment of the other, there might come a point where the influence seems to reach a peak. For Harry, his recent decisions, as seen by some, suggest he might be under such influence from Meghan. If and when Meghan decides to leave, which some speculate could be when she finds a more beneficial alliance, it would indeed mark a significant turning point for Harry. It's crucial, however, to differentiate between love and other motives. True love supports and enhances lives, whereas other motivations, possibly like lust or gain, might lead to less balanced decisions. In any relationship, it's important to maintain a clear vision of one's needs and values without being overshadowed by the partner's influence. This perspective might serve as a cautionary tale about ensuring mutual respect and support in relationships, potentially reflecting on Harry and Meghan's dynamic as it's publicly perceived. So, folks, I'm really thrilled for you guys, but honestly, I'm not too upset for us either. Let's see how long he sticks around. Since he's not a prince here, he doesn't get the same backup the royal family offers. And let's face it, we Americans can be quite tough on others, especially if he starts dictating what we should do. No one likes being preached to, after all. While his agency might attempt to smooth over any blunders, they won't be able to match what the royals did for him. Harry really needs to figure out a new way to approach life because I doubt he'll receive much sympathy here. And we all just hope that neither Harry nor Meghan find themselves in an actual car chase because they'd be totally out of their depth. Now, here's the really fun part that we've all been waiting for, plus a tiny confession about love. Have a look at everyone watching this video. Are you single or married? I wonder, do married folks have any insights they'd like to share with the singles here? Like, is getting married nerve-wracking? Should one prepare mentally or financially before taking the plunge? Maybe the singles have some questions and the married can chime in down in the comments. I'm looking forward to seeing an engaging conversation unfold. Thanks a ton for tuning into our videos. If you have any ideas or feedback on the topics we cover or analysis, drop a comment below. We'll definitely get back to you. Remember to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our channel. I'll be seeing you all again very soon. This is the Kate Middleton and the King YouTube channel.